Hey creeps, it's Cameron again, and welcome back to my channel where I talk about books, movies, writing, and all things spooky. And on this episode of Library Macabre, I have a list of 10 horror booktubers that I think you should be following. So last year I did a booktuber shout out video where I listed 10 booktubers who mostly read horror and review horror, and that video was very popular and a lot of people have been asking me to make more videos like that, which I can absolutely do because there were some horror booktubers from last time that I couldn't fit on the list since I was trying to keep it at 10, and then also there are a bunch of new booktubers that have started since then. So the first horror booktuber that I'm going to shout out is Janine Horror Writer. Now Janine is a really good friend of mine. She is super sweet and just so supportive, and she recently started a channel within the last month or two. Her videos are all done in one take, so they're very conversational. She does really insightful book reviews, and she also does readings of books, which I thought was pretty neat. Every once in a while she'll post her own reading of someone's book. So definitely go check out Janine. I will post her channel down below in the graveyard. Next up is Well Red Beard. Now this guy has been making a name for himself over the past few months. He's gotten quite a lot of success with his YouTube channel. If you like the kind of books that I read, then definitely go check out his channel because he reads all of the same kind of books that I do, and he reads a lot. I don't know how he makes time for it, but every week he'll do a video where he goes over all of the books that he read that week and all the books that he's going to read the next week, and it's just so many. I don't know how he keeps up with it. He is like a magician. He's a maniac. So definitely go and subscribe to Well Red Beard. Next up is another booktube newbie, and that is Donnie Goodman, aka The Horror Hypothesis. Donnie started making videos a few weeks ago, but he has already found a lot of success over on Instagram. He has a really good Bookstagram account where he posts pictures of new fiction, and he also has an amazing collection of horror paperbacks. Like, if you think I have a lot, just wait until you see his collection. It is insane. And the background for his videos is actually all of his horror paperbacks. It is really a sight to behold. And he did say he's going to do a bookshelf tour, which I am eagerly awaiting. But yeah, his videos are great. He does videos every week. He's only a couple of episodes in and he's already found his groove. So good job, Donnie. It took me 7 years to figure out all this. Next up, we have Nikki from I Read Past My Bedtime. Nikki is another amazing booktuber. She is such a kind soul. She actually had me on her channel once to do an interview. I'll link that down below as well, so you can go check it out if you'd like. She is always showcasing indie authors that I may not have heard about otherwise. It's clear that she puts a lot of love and passion into her channel, so go subscribe. Next, we have Books of Blood, and if you like Well Red Beard's channel, you're definitely going to like Books of Blood. They read about the same kind of books. I have been subscribed to Books of Blood for, I would say, like maybe a year and a half now, and I've seen the majority of his videos, and I especially love his reviews. His reviews are to the point, but they're also very insightful at the same time. I actually watch a lot of his reviews when I'm working, and then when I get home I have to try to remember all of the books that he talked about so I can add them to my Amazon wishlist. Books of Blood is also co-hosting a readathon with Jason White from Jason's Weird Reads. This readathon is going on all the way through October, and I'm going to be taking part, so I will have my TBR for that up very soon. But it's a cool readathon, so if you want to check it out, I will link his video down below. Next up is a recent favorite of mine, and this is Merce from Harpies in the Trees. Merce's channel is amazing. If you like the ambiance of my videos, you're gonna love Merce's channel. My style is a little bit more neon and retro. Hers is very gothic, and it just makes you feel like you're in a haunted house when you're watching one of her videos. In fact, sometimes she'll dress up in elaborate costumes, or she will wear color contacts that look really spooky. Sometimes she'll do her makeup all creepy. Her videos are very dimly lit with a spooky soundtrack going on in the background, and I believe she actually composes a lot of the music for her channel. She also has this spooky gothic candelabra, and it's a mood. Go check out Merce's channel. I don't think you'll be disappointed. Next up is Kasha from Kasha's Book Cemetery. Her videos are so cozy. because she will usually just be drinking a cup of coffee and talking to you. It's very conversational. I especially like her reading vlogs where she will just vlog what she's reading throughout the day. Kasha is just really cool, so go subscribe. Next is Brad Proctor. Now Brad's videos are especially dangerous. He will do videos where he lets his mail pile up and then he will come on camera and unbox everything that he got for review. And I will find out about books that I had never heard about before, and I often just pull up Amazon whenever I go to watch one of his videos, so that way I can just keep adding books to my wish list as he talks about them. Just so much indie horror. His videos are very helpful when keeping up with all of the new indie horror that's coming out. Next up is Lydia from Typical Books. Now Lydia's videos kind of remind me of Merce's videos from Harpies in the Trees. They both have kind of that similar gothic style. Lydia reads a lot of very interesting books. In fact, I would not call her books typical at all. If you want to find out about some very unique reads, definitely go and subscribe to Lydia's channel. I think she's awesome. And lastly, we have Marie Mcwilliams, who I just adore. I love her videos so much. She, again, has a very gothic kind of witchy style to her videos. And she is just so natural on camera. In fact, when she first started booktubing, she contacted me and asked me for some tips, you know, just for starting out a YouTube channel. And I don't think she needed any tips at all. I think she knew exactly what she was doing. She has her own unique style, and it just makes it so much more interesting to watch. So that is Marie Mcwilliams. Next up, I have an honorable mention for somebody who isn't necessarily a booktuber, but they are a YouTuber aside from being an author and a podcaster. And I am talking about the one and only W Ochre. Now, like I said, Ochre is an author. He writes horror books for adults and children. He also writes spooky travel guides. In fact, his latest book that just came out is called Cursed Objects, Strange but True Stories of the World's Most Infamous Items. This is published by Quirk Books. It's going to come out on September 15th. He also has a podcast called Odd Things I've Seen, where he travels around and talks about some weird, bizarre things that he sees on his travels. And then every Halloween season, from September 1st to October 31st, his YouTube channel explodes and he starts making videos about the Halloween season. So he's not necessarily a booktuber, but he does write a lot of really cool books, and they're all spooky, horror themed. So I figured it was fitting for an honorable mention. So there are 10 more horror booktubers that I think you should be following. If you are a horror booktuber and I have left you out, please do not take it personally. I was just trying to keep the list at an even 10. But I do have plans to make even more of these shout out videos in the future. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Later, creeps.